So data science is a hot job, so it is tends to be very higher, and if you are in a core field like something like finance or healthcare, so it is definitely more than 90 is an average salary. And if you are, it depends on what, and this is I'm totally speaking from Northeast, because if you compare this salary with something like West Coast, it's going to be look very mediocre. So in Northeast, it's a very above average or a very good salary. But if you are into West Coast, like I would say anything above 125 or 130, because West Coast, like of course there is a cost of living difference which comes into matter when it comes to East Coast and the West Coast.
Yeah, New York, San Francisco is very expensive. The Silicon Valley is extremely expensive.
Okay, I think this is something that my dad always asks me because I had done a mechanical engineer. So my switch was majorly when I was in second year or mid of second year in BE, I really didn't, or like I would say lost passion in like the core fields of mechanical engineering. I was very bad at reading drawings. And although I had a real craze about automobiles, so if someone happened to know me, they will know that I was part of this team, will build automobiles, participated in SAE competitions. Although I started as a technical person in that team, since I started losing that focus, or like I didn't really feel something is there for me, I shifted more towards project management, planning, manufacturing planning. I tried to do all the things as an industrial engineer through that competition or through that project. So that's where it really ticked me that okay, there is something called as industrial engineering out there, wherein it need not to be very core technical, like you have to read drawings or you know what is circumferential shear is and all those things, but you can still be sound in math, because industrial engineer need to be sound in math and stats and can solve business problems. That is really what something I wanted, and I got this. I would say again, I would call that as a golden nugget in terms of where I was. That this is what but I didn't want to do MBA. Someone would say that why didn't you go for an MBA? I didn't want to do an MBA. Like core business was also not something I wanted, but I want something like a math plus business. That's where I chose industrial engineering. Then after starting explore, talking to people, which was something that I really did often, which I also do right now, is I came across Lean Six Sigma. So before coming to US, although I got my admit, I did a Lean Six Sigma certification green belt from KPMG, which really made sure me that okay, this is the right thing I wanted to do, because that course really helped me. Okay, this is the flavor of industrial engineering that you're going to get. Then after coming to Lehigh, it was, I think again, that's where it was blessing in disguise. I chose a university which had this opportunity of exploring different areas of industrial engineering, not just like, okay, manufacturing systems or something, OR or something. So in my first coursework, this is what I say to my juniors in Lehigh as well. It's first coursework, try to experiment as much as possible. So in my first semester, it was OR, one course of OR, one course of supply chain, one course of process improvement. So these three were more of like an experimentation for me. Which should I go? What is the industry trends, and know everything. And by the end of first semester, I was like, neither of these three are something that I want to go. Maybe process improvement, but definitely not the rest two, OR or supply chain. And that's where I mentioned earlier, I worked in a hospital network system based on the projects that I got from that Enterprise System Center. It was really something like similar to bill of materials, but at a much more advanced level, where I learned more about hospitals, how they network, and what are the different things, components involved in it, and all those things. That really made some sort of spark, I would say, I don't know, interest, like, okay, healthcare is not something that is really bad or boring, but it is something more interesting. And US, and again I went to the research about what is US healthcare. So apparently US healthcare is the most costliest healthcare in the world. You can combine all the healthcare systems, still US will be top in terms of cost. So, and when there is more cost and you want to improve something, and that's where industrial engineer comes in. So I thought this is the best field. Like there is never going to be shortage of jobs in healthcare, because US healthcare is very expensive and they are always trying to improve. So, and then I in my second semester, I chose a track which is again experimentation that I wanted to do was go into analytics. And luckily, one of my seniors was into that field. So I went out seeking for advice how it is, and then I did a SaaS-based certification, which is like a SaaS is a software for analytics, which is heavy on healthcare. So learning that actually helped me and another knock on the door in terms of healthcare companies. And then when I got a job in the insurance company, which is like in US healthcare or works in a very total different fashion when you compare the other healthcares in the world. So the insurance company sits on top of the entire healthcare system wherein it sees everything. So that's where I got a bird eye view on what healthcare is, what can be done, what are the different options, and a year-long internship helped me explore the different areas and choose where I wanted to go. And that's where if you see the 7 companies I applied, all of them were healthcare consulting, like EY Healthcare Analytics, Deloitte Healthcare Analytics, Navigant again Healthcare Consulting, IBM Watson Health, and the other 2 companies were also healthcare consulting and a data science in healthcare. So I made sure that this is something I wanted, which has always kept me interested. That was my shift from being a mechanical engineer or an automobile crazy person to healthcare consulting. So my role is more about like a half data science. Like if I split my day into 2 parts, it will be half data science and half strategy, or a typical consultant role. So as an IBM, so everyone, I don't know much people know about what Watson is. So Watson Health is like the one of the biggest I would say in streams towards healthcare analytics, solving oncology, genomics, and all those things. So what we do is we help pharmaceutical companies or healthcare, any sort of healthcare company for that matter, to identify different patterns in their business. It can be like a business enhancement thing, or it can be something as simple as identifying patterns or treatment patterns. Say, for example, something that is really huge in a pharmaceutical industry right now, which is what my focus is, like people tend to switch medications. Like what is their journey from one medication to another, why they are switching, what is the reason behind it, exploring something that is not visible to the naked eye and giving solution to them. And right now there is something that has not been, or I would say on the cusp of out there in the market, is something that I'm working is to explore the relation between weather and health. Because in US, if people who have been US or planning to come in US have seen weather, it shifts like blink of an eye. It's like, especially in Northeast and something like Florida and all those regions which are in the coastal belt, you will change of humidity, change of pressure. It really affects, interesting stat is, it really affects migraine. So the number of times the barometric pressure changes, the number of people is directly proportional to the number of people affected by migraine. So exploring these things is what I do, and then pitching these ideas to the company so that obviously we get do a standard consulting after out of this.
I'm just trying to understand, when you say how does this help, why would companies want to look at this kind of information? Just curious.
In terms of how companies look at it, is there is a number of ways. For example, as I said about migraine, okay, I identify regions which are more affected by migraine in terms of say population or weather conditions or be it any kind of statistics. Then companies who manufacture migraine tablets and supply it to CVS, their entire thing will be revolving around this. So I would say this is my analogy, that data science or like for that matter consulting or analytics really sits on top of be it supply chain, be it process improvement. Because if you see in this case, like we are telling the supply team that okay, don't supply more than these many barrels or forecasted amount to these areas, because the chances of people having migraine in these areas is going to be less in the next 16 weeks. So if you see, that is basically we are helping companies to operate on a lean supply, at the same time reducing the cost of over manufacturing or be it supplying at the wrong places. And also something that we are exploring is digital media. It is like, if many people would have observed this, like when you go on YouTube and if you're moving around places, the ads changes. There is a reason to that. It's not when you are at home, you can observe this. When you are at home, the type of ads that comes is the same. On the contrary, when you are traveling, the type of ads that comes are different. That is because based on your location, the ad needs to be targeted depends upon the target company. So it seems little scary that people are intruding into your life where you're moving and then pushing out ads based on that. But yeah, that's where the world is moving. I think something that I remembered I didn't touch upon is H1B. So I would really recommend that it is not something that need to be really worried, because US companies or entire US is a land of immigrants. That's what people have been talking, and that is the true fact. So it is not something as bizarre as the media makes it. So people are still getting jobs, people are still getting picked for H1B. So something that you should not worry. And in terms of US as an education platform, I would say if you are really passionate about what you want to do and you are really searching for a platform, then I would say US universities is the best one, because it is not like only curriculum. You get a lot of projects. You can do, maybe you came for something, say industrial engineering, but you really found interest in something else. Deviating from one thing to another is much easier in US as compared to, I would say, any other country in the world.